The entertainment industry has a lot of talent that lacks interest in the business side, thus having a negative impact in the growth of our industry in the Nelson Mandela Bay. I have partnered up with the Mandela Bay Development Agency to decode a step-by-step approach from making a song until it gets to radio and online stores. This is The Real Talk with Zain SA. Yo, what's up? And welcome to another episode of The Real Talk with Zain SA. In this episode, we discuss what really goes down into compiling music as a station and submitting music as an artist, because ekugqibeleni sifuna umculo wethu udlalwe eredweni. Xa senza ingoma endlini, xa senza ingoma e-studio ufuna ingoma yakhe idlalwe so that we can get paid at the end of the day. In the previous episode, sike sanibonisa how to balance your music, how to master your music in an online platform. But if you missed that one, don't worry, we've got you. There's a link below. Click there and catch up. In today's episode, we sat down with Umalibongo Nombande. That is an all-rounder in the media sphere, but we're sitting down with him as a compiler to give us the do's and don'ts, what to do and what to put on your email when you're submitting your music. This is how it went down.
Yeah. Peace and love. What's going on? My peer for Lord Nombande, known as Malibongo Nombande. I'm an all-round creator, all-round creative person. I've been in the media space for over 9 years, doing radio, television, and all sorts of space and digital. I've studied sound engineering. I have a 3-year diploma in sound engineering. I also have an advanced certificate in film and television media. So, yeah, this space I do a lot of work with media houses, from TV to television. I create internet, digital media for a lot of radio stations, from community radio to PBS stations, as well as commercial radio. Yeah.
Okay. The Real Talk with Zain SA is trying to decode a step-by-step approach from an artist creating a song up until it gets into radio. And we've got you, Namhlanje, as Umdu that is at the door, if I may put it that way, for an artist's song to be playlisted or not get playlisted. What are the things artists should look at, and how should artists approach when they are submitting music for a radio station?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of things the artist needs as he has his pause. Transfer submit to music was to radio stations. Yeah, well, from your experience, I have been doing the way of managing a music portfolio for radio stations like Glen Chilo for over 9 years. Yeah, but if I were to advise someone on how to go about doing Lewing and proper, I would say first thing you need to do is to do research about the radio station you're trying to submit to. Yeah, well, try to understand what audience they're trying to cater into. Then you try to play into that, So you create music that is most likely to be playlisted on that particular radio station. Well, and like radio stations, if you don't understand the programming in radio, they have these clocks. Which is of the hour. Try to listen, how many times do they play this genre when let's say you're doing house music or hip hop. So hip hop, that genre is pop. The orientation of the radio station, your playlist, is it pop? Does it have a bias towards pop music? Then with that data, at least you're going to the relevant radio stations. They're playing 2 hip hop songs at a time. And try to imagine a compiler in a situation where they have a library of 15,000 songs and they have to pick and choose what songs to play at a particular time. Clock your If you think your song is strong enough to contest as a Nyingo Manaz or trying to get playlisted on that song, then you can play listing with Ngoma is strong. And one thing you need to understand is that in reality they calculate REMs, which is very important for radio stations, where they measure listenership at radio station. So they have a specific clock. The technology that is used to measure REMs, the radio station, it calculates ngexesha. So it compiles each job yazo is to get the right song at the right time. As kwenzela abantu bazomamela xana kudlala ingoma yakho. Just because Zain SA from ikasi uyabona ayikho enough to motivate compilers to play a song at the time because nabo they are informed by their objective they are trying to accomplish at the end of the day. So you get as on right. So by the time you're going into a studio, you know bana ingoma yakho it has to fight for its space for airplay. So you get as on those be right, the proper. Yeah, we make sure quality yakho i grand. Ingoma yakho is radio friendly. Then you submit and you package it on a right. Yeah, well, there's something called metadata, well, which is you're publishing information. So abantu don't have to look around to get your way yakho. You can have all this information embedded kwingoma yakho. Into ezinjenge ISRC code, publishing information, the length of your song, kubani abacompose ingoma, kubani who wrote the song, who's the artist. Yeah, well, so if they play this long or chances ngezoba publisher yakho can be able to pick up but Zain gets played ku radio station eklindawo ethile ngapha yabo. So you get ezondo right and you make sure you understand the formats of radio. Yabo, for pop music ingoma shouldn't be longer than 4 minutes. Yabo, mhlambi 3 minutes 50 seconds. If it's a house song you can get away with 4 minutes. Yabo, but not more than 5.
Yo, what's up? This is Zain SA. Please, guys, subscribe to the MBDA YouTube channel for great developmental projects and hit the bell so that ukwazi uba updated in each and every episode epostwayo there. Do hit like and comment down below. Sive singathi kanti sihamba sodwa phaya. So subscriber or subscriber. That was very informative, and I know it's going to help a lot of artists. Yeah. But now, to just narrow it down and focus on Lepatio submeter umculo in the emails that you get now as a compiler sitting there, or a compiler sitting there getting an email. What is a compiler looking for in an email ngoma submission for a playlist? Yeah,
funny you should ask that, bro. Just last week I was getting a lot of emails from a band who have a submitter, and like the way you packaging the email yakho is very important. Yeah, because this is a medium with which you're transporting art yakho to umntu, hoping that umntu is going to assist wena to be exposed to a broader audience. Yeah, so try to have ingoma yakho attached to your email. Then on the subject line, we make sure the subject line is very compelling. Yeah, but you know that motivates me to read the way yakho. Of course, you know about Buddha, is this the right channel for him now? Fucking on my yawa, yeah, but you know about okay. You introduce yourself. If you are doing the submission on behalf of you're doing this on behalf of yourself. My name is Zain SA. I'm an artist from Apa and Apa. I find a test and file to ingoma yam and the metadata nayo ikhona apha kule ngoma at the bottom of this email. Yabo uyifakile pha. Don't go ngento zakho ubone lawe if you have a profile yakho. Yeah, profile yakho attached. You say bani profile yam is attached to ingoma. Ukho profile yakho, ukho the file. Yabo and kukho i-artwork yakho yabo ezowezi 3 sifakiwe pha. Then uyachaza nanza ile all the data like bensisho yengoma involved. Plus nje la short message, sweet lawe, short and sweet, straight to the point. Bananzi into yenzeka. Yabo eqaleni you can say bananzi submission yengoma for your artistry. That's it. Yeah, but try to look at lendo just like indlela journalists are approaching into njenge newspaper. They have a headline. Yeah, but apo is a bamba umntu. Abe interested in reading what is contained in newspaper as a whole. So umntu should have an idea about what is going on. But the compilers, each job yazo ku radio stations is not only limited to playlisting ingoma. Zikhona ezinye izinto. Yabo. So wena ngaske uzama highlighter ku email yakho and make sure bana you grasp your attention yakhe. Njengo ichekisha. Yabo, even if ebechekisha in person, ibe compelling enough for yena makayifunde. And wenza umsebenzi wakhe makabe easier. Make sure ingoma yakho is not more than 10 MBs. Yabo, fake ku waveform okanye ku MP3. Yabo, ezonto zibalekile ujonge zona. Yeah.
What would be an advantage to an artist to have on the email yakhe in terms of structuring that email? Because I believe bakhona abantu abakwazi ukufaka a link to a song.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that plays at an advantage or a disadvantage to them by sending a link instead of attaching the song to the email.
That's very important, Zain. Suyifake link dog. Faka the actual file ku-email yakho, ibio yakho plus ne-artwork. I think ngezona zinto zibalulekile. Because imagine like sending a link now uthumela omnye umuntu to another website. It could be that le website when uyisebenzisayo to host ifile yakho ayo file credible, they have viruses, and ezinye i-antiviruses abantu are using ziyakwazi uziblocker ezona. And now you are sending off lo mntu to umsebenzi wa tedious, whereas that way they could just download straight from one email ingoma yakho yabo. And don't be sending i-album yakho yonke. Choose the best single lawo ucinga famba yona that could fit into a format lesi station othumela kuyo. One song or two songs at least lawo. Then that's it.
When submitting a single, is it like obligatory for me to send one song? Because I remember seeing radio station submissions that kakufika a disc a single what's the maximum songs that you can put in that email when you're submitting a single?
I'd say 3, and even 3 will be pushing it. Maybe 2. And also like, it's important umchazele ku email yo about okay, I'm sending you 3 songs. Yeah, but you can choose from from these 2 songs. You can choose from zona. Ungasuki nje ufake files ezi3 kanye uthi coaka yabo. Be persuasive lawo way. Understand? I think this is where the element of marketing and sales comes in. But if we feel like our grand in crafting emails, you're not good at pitching, get someone else to assist with. And even if you know getting someone to pitch on your behalf is very advantageous. Someone could take you more seriously because you have a representative, which means you are someone that takes the art yak and the craft yak seriously. But get your friend to front and make it as if and ungabi emotionally blackmailing. Trust me, bro, I get inundated with the emails of all sorts. Some of is way I'm a struggling artist from up as a playlist up so I could get paid, or I could get royalties, or I play my song so that also increase a listenership. And when is it attending easy turn off. So just try to be persuasive with the way you don't have to suck up. Just say, but this is my song. My name is such and such. This is all the necessary data. And also, if is attached, Nancy in the artwork.
In today's world, we release a lot of music, and the hunger for music is much more bigger than it was 10 years ago. Is it okay for an artist to release music let's say singles per month, and submitting umculo to radio stations, I'll say monthly or twice a month? Is there a problem when an artist keeps on submitting music with all these things twice a month?
I think the grand but you work to a law of average your pitching is in those needs in one of his own will be likely to stand up and get the attention of Lom. If one of his singles, let's say you're sending 10 singles within a space of 3 months, it's more likely that one of his own will catch the attention if you compile. And even the effort will be rewarded because Lomuzabona was very persistent. And try to understand where they are going. Even in retrospect to go back and look to music work we have submitted before. Some of his in the best missil as discovery later on. I think you're not really grand bro, because we're living the age of a microwave. The instant and a band who don't pay as much attention to the art of music. We check issue trends, but they're popping right now. There could be a wave of a certain trend right now. You're riding on that. The next week, you're riding on that. Yeah, so take low izinto ezinjalo into your advantage.
Does social media have an impact on you getting playlisted at a station?
Yeah, obvious. Because abantu abazi-compilers are people, so they are very susceptible to pressure, and the pressure that comes from social media and zonke ezinye way. So indlela ozipozitiona ngayo into your market, because abanye abantu aba bazi-compilers could also fall within the bracket of a market yakho. Yabo, right now mhlambi email yakho ethumelayo might not be appealing. But when I go to my TL later on in the day, then I see you popping. Then the connections going, I'm connecting it dot benifumene earlier. Yeah, depending na later into a figure. So try to be aggressive with marketing campaign yakho. Yeah, mhlawumbe umuntu uzamfumana uyakwazi umfumana kwi-space esirong. Yeah, a lot of compilers might not agree to this, but we are people, we are emotional. Yeah, so if you are more receptive to mood grand, and uba less intolerant, depending on the mood at the time. So try that by all means, and the way of going into social media, you throw jabs at people, track the entire station. Into your way yakho of being disgruntled ayizosebenza well. Even abanye abantu mhlambe bemamela wena mhlawumbe aqona okay ubane bethumele kwi-radio station A, B and C, so akayithandanga indlela arespondwe ngayo pha, so mna as D, E, F or whatever, i-chances of lo mntu if mhlawumbe sine-disagreement going into social media and blasting i-brand that I work for is high. So I'm not going to pay attention much into his submission yakhe because of the ingcingela bana ingaba i-PR nightmare to engage with umlole hlobo la. So be cognizant of izinto ezinjalo. They could cock block you big time.
Any advice to any artist that is pushing music, and most especially Ngoku with this whole pandemic and things have changed, the industry keeps on changing.
Yeah.
Because what was the industry 20 years ago and 6 months ago and now is totally different.
Yeah.
The amount of music that is being put out is also like keeps on changing.
Yeah.
So what would you say to an artist in this time?
Yeah. Look, if you're seeing this interview, obviously your contact details is our man. You're gonna find, man, I've written a lot on the subject. Some of it is ideas that I've put forth. This is in bad taste to some of abanye bantu who are within the industry, because of how industry to the structure and the DNA of the entertainment industry has been disrupted, big time. You look at the innovations like social media, technology and whatnot, it has empowered the artist and disempowered powers that be. A power structure, a pre-existing power structure is under threat because of the direction the music industry is taking. You look at some of the streaming platforms, slowly they are pushing out the record labels and empowering independent artists. So if you play your cards well, you will find that the industry right now could be in your favor. So all you need to do is to do your research and find out what creative ways you can take in order to reach out to the audience. So you have a relationship, one-on-one direct relationship. With the entire COVID-19 pandemic, there's no role for a middleman. Abantu can jump straight from a producer of the art or your product to the end consumer of your own. They can have a direct relationship one by two. So you don't need anyone to facilitate the relationship between the two of you. So you check for indlela, you can access lo mntu ufuna uthengisa i-product kuwe and sell the product directly kuwe la. And at the end of the day, you'll find our middlemen, value and the stock they are putting on the end user is very much. La way you buy and the customer is always right. You're hearing this from a middleman, which means when, as the producer, if kutua the customer is always right, lewe should signal something kuwa ile is always right. So what channels can you bypass to get into loan understand and find out bana yintoni abayifunayo from kuwe. Yabo, and you cater to abo bantu abo. You might find man akho even like it's not really necessary all this information ebendiyibekileyo if unofumana indlela zoya ngapha, but if this is the route you want to go, nansi yona indlela, this is the most scientific method. Yeah, but it has been proven to work. Le ndlela besiyibekile, but ikhona enye. Yeah, boy, ikhona enye route back door. You can use that. Yeah, but I charge for the information, obviously.
All right. Thank you for being on the show today and sharing the information to a lot of people that will be watching the episode. And I know it's going to be very helpful for mostly independent artists pushing sound at local, national, and international level. Your social media handles, Sivale?
Yeah.
People want to like hit you up straight up for more info because we tell you have these services.
Yeah.
So
Lord number and on everything. On Instagram, Lord number, and on Facebook, Lord number, and on Twitter, it's Lord number. On Tinder, Zain SA. On Mixit, Sexy Boy Charmer 1855-67.
That's a wrap.
We are.